Well, here we are. Here I are. Maybe there will be we later. Speaking about speaking the truth. This one is Dynamics of Speaking the Truth number 4. Perhaps it could be even the first one. The first three I'm struggling, not knowing what to do. Well, I still don't know what to do. So I just do. If we can, let's take a look at where we are today. My suggestion is this: we are at the most stupid, ignorant place we've ever been since day one. However, not having been around on day one billions of years ago, I can't verify that. It's just a guess on my part. Or my own day one when I still can't verify it. It's just my consideration that it doesn't seem to be like we can get any more stupid or ignorant than we are and have been for some time. Each generation getting just a tad bit more ignorant than the generation before. And what caused me to say that is we move further and farther. I never know which of those two words it is. I think it's farther in this particular domain of conversation, away from truth with each new generation. We move more deeply into the dream world of belief and thought and knowledge, where we've been stuck for so many thousands of years. And each year we come up with more reasons, with more explanations, with more generalizations, more excuses, justifications for lying. Every new explanation, and every time we make it reasonable and explain in a way why we're lying, we move ourselves exponentially, I think that's a good word, away from truth. And a universal truth is the farther away from truth we move, the more ignorant, the more stupid we are. However, on the other side of the coin, blip, it means we're smarter. As our intelligence is blocked more and more deeply, we get smarter. More reasons, more justifications, more explanations. So the other truth is we're the smartest we've ever been. We're lost totally in reasons, justifications, explanations. Belief is actually the weakest point. They say if you're going to break a chain, you have to find the weakest link. The weakest link in this trap that we're in, the thing that locks the door, is belief. It's, of course, the last thing: knowledge, thought, and then belief. Belief being, of course, the mirror image of truth. So the greater we move towards belief, we believe that our explanations, our justifications, our excuses give us more and more reason to lie. And, of course, that moves us farther and further and farther and further. See, I can't be wrong there, can I? Away from truth. So, in a very real way, we are as stupid, as ignorant as we ever been, and we may not get any more stupid. We may remove ourselves from planet Earth, because really there's no bottom to stupidity, no bottom to ignorance. It just keeps getting lower and lower However, there can be an end to it. The end would be the death of it, or the removal of us. My guess, maybe it's the third. If we do remove ourselves from the planet this time, it's probably the third time, but that's just another one of those wild guesses. We could look back at our artifacts, and people seem to think that that came from those proof things that maybe came from aliens. The possibility is that it came from earlier experiments. Thank you, Buckminster Fuller. Experiments called life on planet Earth that came to an end because of stupidity, because of ignorance. Right where we are today, I'm suggesting here. It kind of sounds like one of those end times. Oh my God, the sky's falling. There's a bright side to that, even if I'm wrong, even if the people are yelling and screaming that the end of the world is here, the sky is falling. Let's suppose people hear that and they start living as though it is, and they move themselves away from all of this reasonableness, justification, explanation, all these things that we use so that we can keep lying to each other. That's all it is. We find better, bigger, fantastic ways to lie to one another. So is it possible then for us to take a look at and realize that we are and have been stuck in knowledge, thought, and belief for thousands of years? And as I said earlier, if a chain is to be broken, then the weakest link of the chain is the place where it breaks the easiest. Or it wouldn't necessarily have to be there. You could maybe find the hardest place to break it. However, for us who care to find the course of least resistance, we would find the weakest link in our consciousness, the consciousness that now rules this planet, the consciousness of violence. At the core of our consciousness is violence. And violence needs an ever refilling reason, excuse, justification, explanation to stay violent. Otherwise it can't stay violent. If you're in America and you're listening to the little bells that are going off now, what is it? Russia is threatening whoever that is, and we're threatening if they do it. All those familiar bells are ringing. 242 years we've been in America. 227 of those years we're killing and maiming people all over the planet, going to war. 226 years of our 242 years, and the sound is off in the distance, but it's starting to sound pretty familiar. So is it possible then for us to take a look at the weakest point, which is belief? And if you look directly at belief, that's a strong link. It is something we've dealt with from day one, way before our own birth, if you will. Belief in sky fairies, belief in, go on and on and on, all the silly beliefs. Religion has 4,200 denominations or domains, if you will, of God belief. 4,200 different little definitions or distinctions in God belief. The one that Jesus was over there and he did a bunch of stuff and got hung, and the other one, that Smith guy, said Jesus was over here and he's got, what is that, the fifth day Adventist or fourth? I don't know. Those people that knock on your front door. So is it possible then for me to stop rambling? Looking so stupid. I don't think that's possible. Anyway, for us to eradicate, erase, remove every belief that we have. Of course, the easiest beliefs, the most ignorant ones, the stupid ones, are easy to find. They're the God beliefs, all those things that I just mentioned. The difficult ones are the ones that you create for yourself when you're between the ages of 0 and 4 years, when you create you're never going to look dumb again, you create you're always going to be pretty, and you create you're the smartest person, and you're told if you can't say something nice about people, don't say anything. So we're taught to lie by omission, as well as there's a Santa Claus, there's a tooth fairy, there's unicorns, and oh wait a minute, I know there's unicorns, there's purple unicorns anyway. There's no white ones, they're just purple unicorns. We don't want any racist unicorns, so we only have purple uniforms or unicorns, not uniforms. So is it possible? I better shut this down. I'm having too much fun here. For us each to start at one place, and my suggestion, my recommendation, what I put forth as a good beginning point, is to speak the truth. And if you care to experiment with speaking the truth, you'll discover the dynamics of speaking the truth by guess how? By speaking the truth. You'll find out then that you'll find out a bunch of miracles begin happening. Use a silly word called miracles. If you believe in miracles, that is. Uh-oh. So we could start off with that you are a liar, and that this world is a complete lie. It's a dream world invented by knowledge, thought, and belief. And then we're born into it. We're introduced to this dream world via language. Hell, there's even a book that says, in the beginning was the Word. That should have been enough right there. That's enough right there to tell us where hell began in the Word. Now, at the same time, language, one of the finest, best inventions ever, but also hugely detrimental because it presents us with many, many thousands of reasons, excuses, justifications, and explanations to be a total and complete liar. The first step in the removal of yourself, both from the dream world of lie, steal, and cheat, this world, this whole. Now, there's one obvious place you can look to see if you live in the dream world and therefore you're a liar. It's going to be a little difficult for you to see, perhaps, but here's the key to it. If you look around and you live on planet Earth right now, and you look and you've got people around you, and the sun is up there and the Earth is down here, and there's air around you, and some, what do they call that stuff that makes stuff keep falling? I can't remember what that is. Gravity, yes. Then you know that you are living in a dream world of lie, steal, and cheat, and you are a liar. And there are 7.28937876.5, there's some on the way, liars on planet Earth. So if you care to consider ending all world wars, all rapes, all killings and maimings and murders, then discover that you are the one who's causing it. It is you living in the world of belief, the world of thought, trapped in your own thinking, meaning thinking is thinking you. You don't even know that it's not you thinking. As a matter of fact, as I've been talking here, you've been arguing, oh my God, this guy's crazy. Oh, there is a God. God saved my life. Jesus is this. All those nonsensical things, which means you're not listening. So if you truly care to end the suffering, the misery and pain of your own life, and of our collective life. Break the chain of belief, thought, and knowledge. Because there's another whole dimension, there's another world of creation, intelligence, and truth. And it will manifest the moment you eradicate, erase, just take away your dream world of thought, belief, and knowledge. The idiocy of planet Earth. A perfect experience of the discovery that your whole world is a lie. You're living in a dream world, and you are a liar. That's the good news. See ya.